Hello YouTube, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm taking a look at the rumored feud between Tom Hanks and Henry Winkler. Two guys who, for all intents and purposes, seem to be extremely nice guys. When I recently read in an article about Ron Howard in The Guardian, I was surprised when I read about how disappointed he was that the relationship between two men that he considers close friends wasn't better. We all know that Ron Howard's relationship with Henry Winkler goes way back to 1974 when the two worked together in the first season of Happy Days. Ron playing a lead role in the show as Richie Cunningham, and Henry Winkler playing a character originally designed to be more of a supporting role, that role being Arthur Fonzarelli, also known as the Fonz. I will go on record and say that I was a huge fan of Happy Days when I was a kid. I watched the series through its entire run. I even watched the famous Jump the Shark episode, which occurred in the 5th season. Not only did I watch that episode, I remember being excited to watch it, as it was a 2-part storyline that had the first part end just before Fonzie jumped the shark. Interestingly enough, Ron Howard left Happy Days after the 7th season to pursue his dream of being a director. However, by that point in time, the show had become less about adolescence and family, and had become increasingly more focused on the Fonz, who had almost become superhuman in the things he could accomplish. Needless to say, Henry Winkler was a huge star at that time. Ron Howard first worked with Tom Hanks when he directed Splash in 1984. Splash was a huge hit. I'm just amazed at the talented actors involved in that movie. Seriously, Tom Hanks, Daryl Hannah, and two legendary SCTV alumni in Eugene Levy and the late great John Candy. Ron Howard has directed Tom Hanks in several of the Dan Brown, Robert Langdon movies, such as The Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, and Inferno. Well, let me get back to the feud between Hanks and Winkler. I started wondering, where did this originate from? Then I remembered that Henry Winkler and Tom Hanks had been in an episode of Happy Days together. Could something have happened on that set that would have created this bad blood between them? In Season 10, Episode 5, Tom Hanks plays a karate black belt who challenges the Fonz to a fight due to a grudge he's been holding on to since the 3rd grade. However, as I continued to do some further research, I found the most plausible reason. You see, after Happy Days ended, Henry Winkler had started to branch out and broaden his career with a move behind the camera as a director. He had just completed a movie from 1988 called Memories of Me, starring Billy Crystal and Jo Beth Williams. The next movie he was scheduled to direct was a film from 1989, Turner and Hooch. But just a couple of weeks into the filming, Henry Winkler was fired. Later on, when asked about working on that film, Winkler was quoted as saying, "Let's just say I got along better with Hooch than I did with Turner." It's crazy, but it does go to show that people hang on to grudges. More recently, Henry Winkler has tried to downplay the rumor of a feud with Tom Hanks, but it does seem that the rumor has some truth to it. As I said up front, both of these actors seem like really nice guys. I think it would be so cool to see them get together and be able to bury the hatchet, so to say. I would love to see them in a film together, directed by Ron Howard. How many of you remember Tom Hanks' appearance in Happy Days? Did you even watch Happy Days at the end? It's hard to argue that the quality of the writing had gone way downhill in contrast to the first few seasons. But that happens so often with television series who don't know when it's time to call it quits. Also, were you aware of the feud between Winkler and Hanks? I'll admit, I just recently found out about it. As always, I look forward to reading your comments. Also, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to my channel where I talk about movies, TV, and music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.